A good mount is something that it's hidden from sight, but it holds and also creates a safe environment for the artifact. So we try our best because each artifact is priceless. Hi, I'm Salleh. I've been doing exhibitions at the National Museum of Singapore and also reflections at Bukit Chandu. A mounter works together with curators and project managers on mounting an artifact. I remembered mounting the rifles at reflections at Bukit Chandu. So we actually go down to Heritage Conservation Centre to take measurements and also how to create the mount. So once that is done, we come back to the workshop and we use the brass and burn it, and after that we shape it according to the artifacts and how it's supposed to be displayed. After shaping the mold, we pad it so that it won't scar or mark on the artifact. So it's safe for us to test on the artifact itself before the actual display. It took a long time to find the right paint to match the color of the mount and the artifact. People don't actually see the mount behind the artifact that's hidden. So they will question themselves that how the artifact is floating. The important thing is to display the artifact the way the curators want it to be, to show a part of the artifact that is engraved or inscribed so that viewers can enjoy the artifact and know the meaning behind the artifact.
So Battle Point 226 really takes up the entire first floor of this bungalow. And in that exhibition, we really put focus on the Battle of Pasir Panjang, but specifically the last stand of the Malay regiment at Bukit Chandu. Hi, I'm Syafiqah, an assistant curator with the National Museum of Singapore. I was part of the curatorial team behind the revamp of reflections at Bukit Chandu. We have put on display two different uniforms that will have been worn by the Malay regiment soldiers. So the first one is, the standard issue British Army khaki uniform that they would have worn for field practice. But of particular note, that's very unique to the Malay regiment itself is, the dress uniform. So this dress uniform was actually modelled after the Malay baju kurung, but the design was actually, put together by Major JMS Bruce, who was responsible for setting up the Malay regiment in the first place as an experimental company. It's a mixture of, I would say, traditional and modern military wear, and it's really something that hasn't been replicated, in other regiments elsewhere. So this was really something that's iconic for the Malay regiment. So the second segment, we wanted to really put focus on the Battle of Pasir Panjang, but specifically, Bukit Chandu itself. But this time around, what we did was we translated these experiences, these battles, into a multimedia installation. There's this particular tin cup that's on display. So that tin cup was actually donated to us by the family of the late Lieutenant Ibrahim Siddiq. So it was apparently the only memento that he left behind for his wife before he departed for the battlefront. So the story goes that, Lieutenant Ibrahim Siddiq, after the British surrender, he was actually captured by the Japanese soldiers. And he was given the option to either, remove his uniform and rejoin life as a civilian, or remove his uniform and join the Japanese army. He was given 2 weeks to contemplate on this. He decided that he would do neither. So he, along with 5 other men who refused to do the same, they were actually executed by the Japanese soldiers. We have this gallery that's really dedicated to the opium industry and its history in Singapore, because This bungalow was actually the residence of the superintendent of the opium packing plant. Bukit Chandu got its name primarily and largely because of this opium packing plant itself. But for the rest of the second floor, we like to dub it the lounge, largely because we wanted to recreate the space of how this bungalow might have been like. But we also want to take this opportunity in the revamp this time around to highlight the history of the building itself, as well as the long-standing history of Pasir Panjang as a site within Singapore history.